Alright, guys, welcome back to another DOA6 breakdown video. So this time we're going to be going over some pretty special stuff. And before we get to it, huge shoutouts. I want to give huge shoutouts to AzraeL. You guys might know him from his channel. Another Jann representative all the way from Hong Kong. So he not only let me know that there was going to be an event over in Hong Kong that was going to feature DOA6. He also asked me if I wanted to see anything specific, anything special from Jann Lee. So I gave him a list of like the interesting stuff, the stuff that we haven't seen yet, just to try to get more information. So yeah, huge shout outs to him. This footage is from the channel, so you guys be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, huge shout outs to him. And let's just get right into it. So let's get the big boy news out the way first. So we have here Jann Lee's new string from Dragon Stance, which would be just P+K 3 times. So right off the bat, just looking at it, this move is ridiculous. So we kind of talked about this last time. Through looking at the command list, you could see that it was, DS P+K, or it used to be 6 P+K before, but that move used to be 5 highs that would lead to a feint stun in last round. And the follow-up to that in DOA6 would actually be another 5 hits, and that would be mid. So we were kind of wondering, like, what would that look like? It would be safe, and on top of that, it has another follow-up, like a proper ender. So yeah, in a single string, you get to do 11 hits, so it's pretty ridiculous. Of course, we didn't get to see any of that from Meebo, unfortunately, but now, again, thanks to AzraeL, we get to see what the string actually looks like. So it's pretty nuts. I mean, the animation is still the same, and then he goes into like the 5 mid punches, and he goes all. So that's that's pretty good. And then he finishes with like a double like fist pump forward or whatever. So there's a lot to get from this move. We get to see it both on hit and on block in the video. So on hit, one big question that I had is the 5 high hits, what used to be DS6 P+K, is that still a feint stun? Because that's a buff that Jann Lee got for last round. Is that still there? And yes, it is indeed still there. And that's great to know. But then it actually goes into 5 mid punches, right? As we already talked about. So if you look closely at the animation on hit, you actually get to see that it goes into a gut stun, right? And those that played DOA before know that both feint stuns and gut stuns, you can stagger escape those. Not that you would be able to, because stagger escape is gone in DOA 6. But yeah, you basically the only option that you have is to hold. And since the first 5 hits are still a feint stun, that basically means you get all 10 hits guaranteed if you get that on block. So again, that's pretty goddamn nuts. And then you have the proper ender. Looks like you can get like wall combos from it. Just overall a fantastic move. Only real weakness that I would have is that it starts from a high, and highs are gonna have a lot of like they're gonna be targeted a lot in DOA 6 because of fatal rushes and all that. So that's the only, I would say, weakness. Plus he can do fatal rush from Dragon Stance, so but still it's amazing. Like, Jesus, man. And then on block, you get to see that you get to do a whole string. Now, pretty interestingly here, if you do the first part, you still get automatically transition into Dragon Stance like you would in DOA 5. But if you do the second set of 5 hits, you can actually free cancel that and not do the full string. So the string by itself on block is a guard break. Now, from what AzraeL told me, it doesn't appear to be plus, but it's not unsafe either. So you know, it could be anywhere from like -6, 7, you know, something like that, which is pretty good. You know, that's fair, because holy shit, holy shit, you won't be able to. Hopefully it's a true block, since you can't hold in the middle. But yeah. Yeah, so you get to do that, and you know, if you're baiting someone to hold the last hit or the second hit or whatever, you can cancel that. So that's pretty good. Overall, this string is just gonna be nuts, man. Like, Jann Lee's Dragon Stance game now is going to be absolutely ridiculous in DOA 6. But I'm honestly very happy about that, because that certainly wasn't the case in DOA 5. But yeah, now we're gonna talk about a pre-existing move. In the form of 7K. Now, this move is actually showing a lot of changes from what we're seeing in this footage. Stuff that, you know, you probably wouldn't even have figured out until the actual release of the game. But yeah, so the first big thing, and this is something that was actually known since Evo, but I hadn't had the chance to talk about. So you can cancel 7K now into Dragon Stance. Which is pretty interesting, because I'm sure that will open up a different path for juggles and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. 7K still has its 5 active frames. It's still the amazing move that it used to be, but you get to see in a specific situation here in AzraeL's footage, and this could have been like a coincidence, maybe like out of range or something, but you see that Helena is actually able to sidestep 7K. Now, for those that played Jann Lee before or were in the know, you would know that 7K used to track. It was a tracking move, and that's why it was so good. I mean, it was how fast it is? It's 14 frames, 5 active frames, tracking, launcher. You know, it was just a fantastic move. But now it seems they might have nerfed that a little bit, and I honestly feel alright about it. I think that's a fair trade. Again, if you can cancel into Dragon Stance, that's always great for various situations. You know, now you're more incentivized to use that in the neutral. Try to get like the whiff punish, you know, that lift stun into whatever you want. And same for launches, you know, like I said, like new types of juggles. So I think that's a fair trade. But yeah, that was something pretty interesting. We'll have to wait and see for either the full game or someone else to try and like experiment more with that. But yeah, now we got another brand new move in the form of a throw. So if you're a long time Jann Lee player, you would know that all the way up to DOA 3, Jann Lee used to have a back throw. He actually used to have a back throw. I believe it was 10 frames. It was the Fireman's Carry. This is an animation that would later be used for Leon and then for Rig. So it was a big bummer always to me that, you know, they basically just removed the throw for him. Give him a fucking 17 frame throw. That's whatever. But here in DOA 6, we actually got it back. We got another back throw, so that's immediately a pretty big buff for him, because, you know, if provided that it is a 10 frame throw, you know, you'll be able to punish things a lot more effectively, I guess would be the way of putting it, without having to rely too much on the 12 frame throw, right? So this is Dragon Tail. Those that play Tekken will get the reference. But yeah, so this is his new back throw. Looks pretty cool. You know, it kind of like locks your head with his leg and then kicks you away. It has been confirmed that this throw can wall splat, so that's a pretty huge thing. You know, if you want wall damage and not going for 60, you know, risking the mix-up or whatever. Don't know whether you want to do that, but, you know, it's there. So, you know, it looks pretty good. Damage is alright. You know, we haven't seen in high counter, but I'm pretty sure it's decent. Not really sure about the Oki situation. They are left pretty close to you, but I don't know with the new Oki system in DOA 6 if it will be possible to get anything guaranteed. But you know, if it works anything like his fourth throw, and that would be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I'm super happy that we got it back through again. That was a real bummer when it got removed, but yeah. So now we go into a move that we already had seen, you know, that was already confirmed. Everyone's super hype about the new triple high. So you know, we already know the basic properties of the move. It is damn good, but now it got something different. So now it appears that 5k on its own cannot wall splat anymore. Now this comes in two different flavors basically, because on one hand you can do the cool double 5kk combos that you used to be able to do in DOA 5. I love those combos. But you can use the new string to finish your combos at the wall. So you know, you don't get the recovery animation on the 66k, so that will open up a lot of okie situations, you know, hold walls, all of that at the wall. So again, it's a little bit of a kind of don't know if I really like it or not type of change, but you know, I think it'll be good. He still has a lot of high options to wall splat, you know, 6h plus k, all of that. So you know, it's all right. I think it's a fair trade, but we'll have to experiment with whatever options you have after it, if it's max damage and all that. So yeah, I mean, for now I think it's pretty good. So lastly, we have another pretty interesting thing here, and this is another move that you had seen before in the new move list for Jann, but we didn't actually get to see at Evo. Oh, or maybe we did, I don't remember. Maybe like once. But yeah, it is the fact that now Jann has a back turn launcher. So this is mapped to H plus K when you're back turn, and a pretty cool thing here that you get to see now is that the old animation for the triple high is still in the game. It's just now linked to his back turn launcher. So I thought that was pretty cool that they didn't just get straight up rid of the animation of the move, they just gave it a new purpose, a new way of using it. So that was really cool. I love this option. Immediately it really buffs the hell out of Jann back turn mix-ups, because now you have the crazy 50-50 or of the high launcher and then 4k for the sit down stun. And given the fact that stagger escaping is gone DOE 6, you know, that will lead to a guaranteed 9k launch and stuff like that. So that is really good. That is really good at the wall and everything. So absolutely love it. This is probably one of my favorite changes, and not my favorite. And yeah, it'll just open up a completely different set of options for him. Even if it's not much damage or whatever, you know, it is still an option. And if you can just do back turn launcher into a new string, then you know that kind of solves itself. But yeah, I really like this change. It's really nice to see. So with that, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Again, huge shout outs to AzraeL for providing this footage. You know, I was just friggin' itching to get information on these moves, and now we have enough information to kind of go along now and prepare. But yeah, I mean, every single time that I see new things for Jann, he's just looking better and better. Like, this might prove to be like a DOA 5 vanilla situation where he was just got like but yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, all the changes are super good. I'm super happy with the way the game's looking at Jann and all that. So yeah, can't wait to get to try the game whenever possible. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you all for watching. It is highly appreciated. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I will leave a link in the description so that you can see AzraeL's footage by yourself, maybe in more detail. But for now, thanks as always, guys, for watching, and I will see you next time with hopefully more DOA 6 content. Take care, everyone. Cheers.